God speaks now to Jeremiah. And he says, the days are coming when I will make a new covenant, and this one will be different. God says, in this covenant, I will put my law within them. I will write it on their hearts. I will be their God, and they shall be my people. They shall all know me from the least to the greatest. I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. The problem with the old covenant was that it was external. Follow the law with your actions. The desires of the people, however, made them not want to follow that law. The sinful hearts drove them to sinful actions. But in the new covenant, God changes hearts. God will work in the hearts and minds so that they will know and love God and so follow him. The old Mosaic covenant followed the pattern of, if you do this, then I will do that. If you do this, then I will bless you. If you don't do it, then I will curse you. But look at the new covenant. The new covenant pattern is different. It follows the pattern of, I will, so you will. I will, God says, I will write the law on their hearts, so they will all know me. I will be their God. They will be my people. God initiates and the people respond. The new covenant is a people who are transformed by the love of God, who enjoy real spiritual communion with him. In this covenant, all God's people know and enjoy and follow God. In this covenant, we are given a new heart to desire the things of God. When God says here that no one will have to say, know the Lord, for they shall all know me, this knowing is not a mere head knowledge. This is a love and joy for the Lord, a desire for the Lord, a joy for those and an eagerness to follow the commandments of God. As Jesus said, those who love me will follow my commandments. The old covenant was one of works that the people could not uphold. The law demanded a new heart, required a new heart, but was unable to provide one. God provides for us what we need, a regenerated heart that responds to God in faith and trust. And so with this in mind, we tend to think, okay, the old covenant, the old law, it's done away with. It's now by faith. The old covenant is old. It's done. It's disregarded. We need to get rid of the old and abide by the new. And many Christians follow that idea that the old covenant has nothing to do with us. But when Jesus comes, he says, I did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. The new covenant does not abolish the old, it fulfills it. To put it this way, when you go and buy a new car, let's say you have an old junker car in your driveway, it doesn't really work very much. We tend to think of it this way of, okay, I'm going to go to the dealership, I'm going to trade in my old junker car that doesn't work, that doesn't get good gas mileage, and I'm going to swap it out, I'm going to trade it in and get a brand new shiny car at the dealership. You got rid of the old and you got the new. That's not what's happening here with the new covenant. When I was in high school, my family drove out to the desert in California, and we got a 1947 Jeep Willie. It was in the family for a long time. The goal was, I was in high school, I was getting ready to drive. We were going to go get that, bring it back to our home in Tucson, fix it up, and restore it. It was really old. The windshield was busted. It was really the paint color was a nice, dark, reddish brown color from all the rust. The seats were broken. The floor had a hole in it. The tires were flat. The engine did not work. The car would not move forward. But it was going to be my first car, so I jumped on it. I jumped on it, ready to start restoring it. I started to sand down the body and get rid of the rust, and I put a nice layer of primer over the body. And as many high school students do, I lost interest in it. I realized I wasn't going to go above 45 miles an hour, so I was like, this isn't going to work for me. So I eventually lost interest and moved on. But just imagine for a moment that we restored that Jeep to pristine condition. It ran, it moved, it looked great. That's what the new covenant does. It renews the failings of the old. It fixes the sinful hearts of the people so that they can now obey God. It's not new in the sense of replacement. It's new in the sense of being made new or renewed. For those whose hearts are renewed by God, they respond in faith. Their sins are forgiven, and they live in covenant relationship with God, where He is our God and we are His people. What the new covenant shows us is, yes, we are saved on an individual basis. Our individual hearts are renewed. Our individual sins are forgiven. We are individually right before God. But what the new covenant shows us, and the rest of them show us, is that we are saved as a people, a group, collectively. God is not merely in the business of saving individuals, but saving a people. And we see here in Jeremiah that the language God uses is plural. He says, His law will be in their, plural, hearts. They, plural, shall know me. I will be their, plural, God. In the new covenant, God's people are given new hearts. They respond in faith and love to God. Their sins are forgiven, and they live as the redeemed people of God together in new covenant community. The new covenant is God saving His people from sin to love and enjoy Him. There's joy, there's wholeness, there's love and faithfulness.